Jai Hind everyone. Welcome back to my Python tutorials. And today I'm going to start the lesson 16 of your computer science book. And the chapter is online access and computer security. So we'll basically talk about the different securities which are a great concern for all of us once I'm on net, once I'm using internet. Now, in this chapter, basically we'll talk about some of the threats to the computer securities. You all knowing or must be knowing that we are not safe neither at home nor outside. That's the normal circumstances. But once I'm on a net, then I'm going to connect with the billions and trillions of people of a different kind to whom I'm not knowing about a bit. Listen carefully. I said, once I'm on a net, then I'm going to connect with the billions and trillions of people across the nation to whom I don't know anything. Once I'm not safe at my home, where everyone is known to us, then how we will consider ourselves safe once I'm on a net? That's why it's my prime responsibility or fundamental task to make sure that I'm secure once I'm using internet. So threats are the great security concern that basically damage or try to damage your computer, your data, your identity. That's what threats are. And when threats executes by a person, it become attack. And the person who does it called attacker or hackers. So see, any code, malicious code that can harm my computer are a threats for our computer. Once this threat executed by someone remotely, then it's called attack on your computer. And the person who really or intensely or involved in these activities are called attackers. Indirectly, you can say they are hackers or crackers. These two words we frequently used. So this is what the online access and computer security is. Once I'm accessing my computer, once I'm doing some transactions, once I'm online, then I have to maintain some of the securities. Otherwise, our computer will be vulnerable. And that is what the threat said. So in your book, a threat definition is a potential violation. Mind it. It's a potential violation of securities. Once someone tries to violate the securities of your computer, then it's called a threat. And once threat executed by a person, either indirectly or directly or remotely, then it is called an attack for your computer. And the person is called attacker. That is how the threats are. Now, what are the threats for our computer? Just try to listen carefully. The virus is one of the threats, or viruses you can say. The worms, Trojan Horse, spam, phishing, PC intrusion like denial of the services or sweeping or maybe password guessing. These all are different kind of threats for us. Out of it, one by one I'll explain, and together this is all code or the software or a malicious code which can harm our computers called a malware. So people can ask you, what do you mean by malware? Malware are the malicious software. Mind it, this malware term has been derived from the two or formed from the two different words. Mal means malicious, it has taken ML and then the software WRE and it become malware, MALWRE. So malware is basically malicious code or malicious software which can harm our computer, and these viruses, Trojan Horse or spam or phishing, these all are called a malware because it can damage your computer. So what is malware? It must be very clear. What are those again threats for our computer? It may be viruses, it may be worms, it may be Trojans, it may be spyware, it may be adware, it may be your spamming. These all are some of the PC intrusions which denied some of the services from a computer, sweeping which delete all information from computer, and password guessing which is generally again one of the problem we are facing. Hackers like a hawk watching you each and every moment you are working on a computer, and his intention to just guess the password so that he will enjoy the freedom what you have and you will be no more again connected or with you again resources that you had, someone else will become owner. That is what password guessing and the phishing. Now let's see one by one. First, the common threats is a virus. Now, virus is a destructive code intentionally written by the programmer to damage your computer. Mind it, it's a program like a Python program you're writing, like some other program is writing. The difference between virus program and the constructive program is the virus program is such program where once you execute it, it will damage your computer. It will delete the data from your computer. So it has got some destructive code written inside it that intentionally hackers or the person who have a bad intention used to write, and somehow they used to run it on your computer, and so that you will be no more to use your computer or you'll be loser of your data. So what is virus? Virus is a destructive program written by the programmer intentionally to damage your computer. Any junk code, any destructive code, any malware which can damage your computers are called virus. Virus can be any kind. Virus may be very dangerous, depend on the type of virus we are talking. There is a monkey virus, there is a ran virus, there is a different kind of viruses. Sometimes the virus can wish you on a particular day, and that depends on the type of viruses it is. So viruses are destructive program that intentionally written by some good mind people who have a good knowledge of your computers, who knows each and everything about the computer. They are expert of your computer to damage your computer. That's a virus. Now, second threat is worms. Now, worms is similar like a virus. You may say the younger brother of the virus is called worms. Now, worms is a program or destructive program which keep on making the replicas of the file. Mind it. Its purpose is just to keep on making the replicas of the file that you have in a computer, to eat up all the memory of a computer, and in future or day will come when we will be not able to use your computer at all. The reason there is no memory left. That is what the worms is. Worms can even propagate once your machine is switched off. Virus cannot propagate once your machine is switched off. Mind it. Difference between virus and worms, if someone will ask you, you may say virus is an active agent and worms is a passive agent. Active agent means you have to trigger the virus. Without your instruction, virus cannot propagate. If I have infected floppy or CD or a pen drive, PD, then I have to open a file from that pen drive. If that pen drive is lying in my pocket, there is no chance of the virus to spread your computer. And it means that to trigger, you have to trigger, that's what's called an active agent, which only fired once you trigger some action on the affected file. In case of your worms, it's a passive agent. Why it is called passive? Because worms doesn't need your interaction. Worm doesn't need triggering. Worms can propagate automatically. Worms can propagate even when a computer which are connected network and the machine are off. So even your cable can be LAN cable I am talking, Ethernet cable I am talking, as a medium to propagate for the worms. Worms after a long time staying in your computer will be more danger than the virus. So worms otherwise is considered to be the less harmful because it's keep on making the replicas of the file and folder, it's up all the memory and just again not allow you to work after some time. That's why it's called a worms. So that is what the virus and worms are. Now third is a Trojan Horse. Now Trojan Horse is also a kind of junk code, malicious code, which always again so I'm not harmful, which appearance is always like a friend, to whom you consider it's not a harmful code, but silently, slowly, gradually, it is trying to harm your computer. If you'll analyze, if you'll check a Word document, Excel document, PowerPoint document, by any again antivirus software, you'll get the too much Trojans are there in your computer. So far, if you're not again scanning your files, you'll not feel there is any again harm code attached with that file. But moment you'll scan your file, if it is a Word file, Excel file, you'll see so many Trojans are there, and which is more danger sometime. After a long time again, the Trojans in your computers become more harmful because suddenly Trojans damage your file. Maybe today it is working fine, tomorrow it may work fine, but the moment it is very required by you and you try to open it, you have seen nothing is there with me. That is what the impact of Trojans. The Trojan Horse is basically the name has given to this because it always hide its identity, always again give the appearance like a friend, and slowly and gradually working with your file, and anytime it can damage that file. Think about the Trojans. someone try to kill you. Someone try to kill you. But he don't want to kill you instantly, immediately. What he is doing, he is trying to give you some, again, drugs, even a small bits. And every day he is forcing you, he is allowing you to intake, and the day will come, you yourself will damage by that drugs. And Sushant Singh Rajput is an example of this sweet poisoning, what Riya Chakrabarti and the team did. They made him to be habitual to have a drugs. Though he was not a druggist, he was not knowing about it, but to attend the party, like high profile party, where the most of the people consider this is a high status again for me, and he also started using it, and later he became habitual, and without it maybe he was not able to leave, and within 6 months he collapsed and he's no more. So what I want to say here, if I'm to offering you a hot again tomato soup with a butter and some other ingredient that you love to enjoy, and simultaneously I'm putting a fraction of drop of a poison in that, so you are enjoying the tomato soup, considering I'm enjoying the tomato soup. But mind it, I just again mixed up a little amount of the poison that slowly and gradually will kill you, not instantly, not within 1-2 days, may of course after a few months or so. And that is what Trojan Horse is. So this is what viruses and worms and Trojans. Now, what damage a virus can? Damage done by the virus, worms and Trojans. Of course, any kind of damage can be, but mind it, it delete your file. Definitely it's a first and foremost, or maybe the most important or permanent again task of the viruses. Slow down your computer. Once your computer becomes slow, once you haven't the file, you are seeing your file is deleting day by day without your knowledge, then must consider there is a virus in your computer. Invade your email program. Sometime virus even start again sending the mail, or again trying to pick up the addresses from your mail book and sending to the others, and you have a lot of mail floating every day. That is also the task of that is invade your email program. It means control the email program, and informations from the email will be leaked, mainly your contacts, that will be again known to many and can be misused also, and eating up all the disk space. That is one of the again major task or role of a worms. As I mentioned, it's eat up all the spaces of a computer, and your computer hasn't got a space or will be not having any space to work. Now, a spyware. A spyware are the software which somehow try to come in the contact of a computer, somehow try to again download in a computer once you are on net without knowledge. And the moment it downloaded, it starts spying all the information of yours, and later that spied information can be sold out, can be shared with others for sake of money. Basically, hackers are involved. So mind it, once you are downloading something, you must again make sure that I'm downloading it from the reliable sources. If it is not a genuine website from where you got it, there are chances 100% that something else you have also downloaded. Like as I have told you, you are sweeping tomato soup, not the poison, but indirectly you are sweeping it. That is how a spyware role is. So it's a program, it's a malicious program that automatically downloaded in your computer once I'm browsing the net, exploring the net, downloading the things, and after downloading or after once it's stored in your computer, downloading computer, you start spying all the information about your computers, even the what username, password you have, all the important information that you had stored in your computer, like the finance and transaction status. This all can be shared with someone else for the sake of money, and they will demand you money for that. That is what the spyware is. Damage caused by the spyware are again similar like a viruses, but one is compromise your data, computing habits and identity. Your identity can be leaked, as I mentioned. Your password can be leaked. Your email ID can be leaked. your personal data can be leaked, so you'll be loser of the data. Then you'll be loser of the computing habits also, because the spyware start controlling your computer according to itself, not according to you. So you'll be in problem to use your computer, and definitely you will be again identity lost will be also there with you. Then alters the PC settings. Some of the spyware try to again change the settings of your computer, like a desktop configuration, like icons, like again browsers menus, browsers different thing, and that will annoy you. Maybe the start buttons, instead of start button at the bottom, it's somewhere else, and this is also the one of the again rule of the spyware. Third is slow down your PC. Once the spyware is there, since silently and in back end, or you may say backend, it's fine, or maybe say in background. In background, it is also doing some task. You are doing in front ground, or you are doing some task, and you're not knowing some task, other task going on. It's just again, it's of the speed of the computer, or it's of the internet again, speeds, and that's why your machine becomes slow. So these are the three drawbacks of the spyware. It start stealing the data, or can steal the data, control your computers, or it may be also steal your identity. Then the second is, as I mentioned, it alter the PC setting, and third one, it's also slow down your computer. Now come to the adware. Now adware is a such malicious code or the advertisement that you see on the net once you are exploring internet. Sometime I'm exploring, or I'm trying to open a browser, open a website, and I've seen many things displayed in a state of my again website that I'm trying. Beforehand, I got an advertisement of the mobile, or I got the advertisement of a particular jockey, or I got the advertisement about the Nike, or maybe Adidas. This all advertisement, basically it's adware. So adware is again malicious software which try to pop up immediately, instantly, once you start browsing the internet, and again it's take over the complete control of your internet, and the focus is on their ad. So you have to close that ad, otherwise that ad will be the permanent one, and you'll be not able to work on your computer. That's the adware. And company basically again use this adware facility to advertise about their product, so that you are going to buy, or you will come to know about that product. Today, if you'll ask a child which one is the latest again mobile or of Apple, immediately they will let you know. Why? Because Apple is always advertising about Apple new latest version like Apple 12, and that is what adware is. So adware is also, sometime through that adware some spyware can also enter, or sometime the adware can be also in the form of junk, so that it can damage your computer. That's what the adware is. Now, damage that adware can do: track information just like a spyware. It can also track all the information about your computer just like a spyware. Then display arrays of annoying advertisement. That's a great. It's always keep on again displaying the even sometimes not again useful advertisement. Sometimes such a bad advertisement will display, you will feel very embarrassing again in the front of others. You may not have any expectations of that kind of advertisement. Sometimes some again kind of drugs which is not required to be again no concern you are, but that will be there on your computer. And that is what the display arrays of annoying advertising, and slow down your PC definitely, because as I mentioned, the control will be there again completely captured by the ad that is there again popped up, and it's always over on your main window of the browser, and you have to interact with that, or you're bound to interact with that. Now come to the spamming. Now spamming is again one of the junk code or mail that you received from unknown user every day in your account. Spamming. You must have seen there is a folder called spam in your email account, and that purpose is only to move or just again shift or just copied or send or send the control to all the mails which are not again reliable, considered to be the fake mail. Now this advertisement company are sending you the mail in bulk. The mail that I received, if I'm not knowing the receiver, if I'm not knowing the senders, unknown mail, unknown recipient if it is, then it's a spam for you. Kindly don't try to open the mail where the recipient is not known by you, or you are not knowing the recipient or senders, then it is a spam for you. So spam are the junk mail that we received every day in my account in a bulk amount from unknown sender. That is what the spamming is. Kindly keep on deleting. Don't open it, because sometime in the form of a spam, they may send you some of the junk code which may damage your computer if you open it. A spam reduce the productivity, definitely, because a bulk of the mail is again traffic of the internet is too much. The speed of the internet slow down. The reason this advertisement company or this again unknown senders try to keep on sending the mail in bulk amount to the many people together. That's why the speed of the internet will reduced or down. A spam eats up your time, because unnecessarily now you are start again looking that mail which is not relevant to you. That's why it's up your time also. A spam can lead to the worst thing. As I mentioned, sometime by mistake you will open, or if just you clicked on that mail, and if it is carrying some junk code, then chances are your computer will damage. That's why spamming also considered to be the great problem for us. Now PC intrusion is again one of the problems or threats for our computers. Some of the PC intrusion are sweeper attack. Now this is basically done by the hackers. Hackers send some script or code into your computers. That code simply again delete all the data of your computer, like a sweeper sweeps all the again things from your house. The bad sweeper sweeps the important things also with the sweeping. Good sweepers always sweep the unnecessary things only from the house. But if the lady who is sweeping is not considered to be the good one, then she definitely will try to sweep some of the important things as in garbage, and later she will collect that important thing from the garbage and will run away. So likewise, this sweeper task is, it's a malicious code that downloaded in your computer, sent it by the hackers, and once it downloaded, after that it is still the data or delete the data permanently from your computer. That's what's called a sweeper attack. Then the denial of the services, some of the PC intrusion are, it will deny all the services of yours. Once you are giving a command to the printer, it will say you have the right. Once you are opening an application that you are seeing it's available in your computer, it will ask you to take the permission from administrator. You are not an admin. You have the right to open it. And that is called denial of the services. And the password guessing is one of the PC intrusion, where the hackers try to capture the keystroke of yours once you are providing the password. That is also the one of the again threats for us. So there are three things: sweeper, then we have a denial of the services, where the most of the services of yours has been restricted or denied once you try to. Though you are admin, it's your computer, but once you try to use it, it's again the junk code, malicious code. Once it entered in your computer, sent it by the hackers, it captured all the admin again rights, and you are no more again able, or you will be no more able to access the things. I hope till this let it to be, and tomorrow I'll talk about the eavesdropping and other features. Otherwise it will be more again bulky for you. So kindly watch this video carefully and try to make a note out of it. What are the important points? And let me know if there is any query. Feel free to ask. Feel free to comment if there is anything you want to say regarding the betterment of this video. And subscribe it also, like it also, so that the next video arrival you will come to know immediately, instantly, without much delay. Thank you all. Be happy and let the world to feel happy. Thank you all.